Hey everybody, it is Uncle Mike. It is October the 7th, and I hope that I am finding you in a good place in all parts of your life. You gotta search hard to find that spot with what's going on right now. So anyway, this is just a check-in video. I've not put anything out for a while, and I want to let you guys know what's going on. So, the first thing is, though I have not been putting out my individual or solo YouTube content, I still been putting out weekly stuff with Emily, and I haven't done anything with Roz for a while. That is due. Something hopefully will be recorded next week. We met up last weekend, and so we just haven't done anything, but that's going to be coming up. I think we're going to be filming another real trilateral commission episode next week as well. So that content will be coming out. But what I have been doing is I've been doing a pure audio podcast called the Susquehanna Alchemy podcast with my friend Mark, who also hosts his own podcast called My Family Thinks I'm Crazy. And so we have 3 episodes out so far. We put out a new one every week. And what I think Mark is also doing is he's been converting a lot of the past videos that I've made on YouTube to just audio only. And he's been dropping one of those each week as well. So there's two podcasts which are coming out each week under the Susquehanna Alchemy podcast. You can find that anywhere where, you get your podcasts. And one is like the archive, and then the other weekly release is new material. So definitely I encourage you to start listening to that, because I'm not really doing the YouTube ones as much, and that for a variety of reasons. And one of the things which I really like about this format, which Mark and I are doing with the podcast, is I'm just talking on a phone. I'm recording on a phone, which I so much prefer over, having to do this. I don't like sitting in this chair. I don't like not being able to move around and stuff like that. So definitely, if you want some more information from me, that's probably the place to go and find it. The second thing, and this is exciting also, on October 31st, so 3 weeks from now, I will be doing a live presentation in, I think it's Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, so outside of Harrisburg. So anyone who's listening who lives in Pennsylvania or Maryland or Philly or New York, it's anywhere, maybe just a short trip if you're near Harrisburg, but maybe an hour or so away. On the 31st, I'm going to be doing a presentation at a place called Be Present Wellness. That's what it's called. Be Present Wellness. I'll have links to that down below. And it's me and the owner of that shop, Jackie Hansen. And Jackie and I have talked about doing something for a really long time. And so this is going to be the first time that we've done that. It's going to be 3 hours long. The first 2 hours, I'm going to be presenting. I'm going to be focusing on the first part, talking a lot about consciousness, how consciousness creates reality, false realities, all that sort of stuff. And then I'm going to be tying that into the Susquehanna River and why it matters. And then the last third is going to be more of a ceremonial aspect, and this is going to be led by Jackie. And so I think it's going to be, I'm excited. I'm very excited. One, to be presenting in person, something I have not done for a while. And then 2, hopefully if, anyone who's watching this, I like to meet people in real space. So I would love that opportunity. If you can make that, definitely go and sign up. There are a limited number of spots. I think 30 is the maximum number of people which the space can hold. So sign up, get a ticket, and I hope to see you there. And then the third thing which I want to talk about, and this is today. This is today. So after recording this and uploading this video, I'm getting in the car and I'm going down to Colonial, Williamsburg, and I'll be there for 4 days. And if you're not familiar with Colonial Williamsburg, I mean, it's kind of like if you've ever been to a Renaissance fair and what they do for the medieval times, like Colonial Williamsburg is what it was like during the colony times. But Colonial Williamsburg is kind of the offshoot of Jamestown, the Jamestown colony. And if you're familiar with the work of the Susquehanna Mystery, you know it all begins in Jamestown. So I've been aware of Jamestown and Colonial Williamsburg for as long as I have done this. It's about 4 hours from where I live, but I've never made any plans to go down to check it out and see it with my own eyes. I mean, I'm not a planner. But what I do very well is I allow the currents of life to dictate many of my directions. And this trip is just that. I'm going down with Jenny and the girls. And this is more of a family sort of thing for Jenny and her family, and I'm coming along as well. And it just so happens that it was decided that it will take place in Colonial Williamsburg because there's a variety of people coming from different locations, and that is where they decided to meet. And so I was going to go to this no matter what because this is, you know, this is my family, if you will, not my blood family. But it happens to be at a place of great meaning. So when I say I surrender to the currents of life, like I'm surrendering to the current which is bringing me to Jamestown, which is bringing me to Williamsburg. And so I'm very excited to go down there. I'm going to bring down my Susquehanna Alchemy Bible. And I'm going to bring down my replicas of the John Smith map. And I'm going to talk to these folks. And I don't know if you've ever seen those videos where people confront David Rockefeller or any of the, you know, any of the globalist bad guys. Well, you know, I'm going to kind of do that. And I'm going to go and ask these people, what do they know? Do they know about these hidden messages in these maps? Because undoubtedly they're all very, very well versed in the history of Jamestown and what was happening in Colonial Williamsburg, but I'm very excited for the exchange, both in terms of like me sharing my information, but then also what it is that I am going to be, what I'm going to learn. So that has me, you know, the travel excitement, the travel lust is strong in me right now. And I'm going to be going down with a camera and I'm going to be recording and documenting it. And maybe I'll turn it into, you know, if the footage is good, if it lives up to something very exciting, you know, at the very least, you're going to see them put me in, I think they're called stockades, where the head goes in and the arms go in and they lock you in the town center. They may do that to me. That may be a possibility. They may show me the secret door. Who knows what's going to happen? But that's what I'm about to go, the adventure I'm about to go and undertake. I will undoubtedly be talking about it in the coming weeks and possibly splice and edit together the video, and maybe there's going to be something really good. So that's it today. Hope everyone's doing well. Love it when you send messages. You could do that through the website or just send me an email if you've got that. People have been immensely generous to me lately. The latest thing which I put out on the Higher Side Chats, I just said, hey, I'm not selling any goods right now, but if you want to go and throw me through a few dollars, like people came out of the woodworks and took care of Uncle Mike, and I'm immensely humbled and grateful for all of that. So thank you for that. And I guess one other thing. So the presentation which I will be doing on the 31st is one part of a broader umbrella of presentations which I am putting together. Ones which I want to deliver in person or have them in a little bit of a different format than what I've done before. And it's all under the umbrella of Rewilding Consciousness. And really taking into consideration all we know about consciousness, all we know about what's going on in the world right now, and then how we combine the two to move through this time with grace and smoothly. In fact, the subtitle of the podcast is not just called the Susquehanna Alchemy podcast, but it's called Your Guide to Navigating the Apocalypse. I think that's your handbook to navigating the apocalypse. That's what I think the full title of it is. And that is where I am being pulled in terms of the type of information I wish to share and content I wish to create. So all that being said, this is Uncle Mike. I'm saying hello. Hope everyone's doing well, and I'm excited for all of the in-person visitations which are going to be happening as one world begins to collapse. So until then, I'll see you somewhere.